you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before?
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects in the life. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here. Hey, good morning YouTube. Hope you're all having a wonderful Mandela effect morning. I'm talking to you about this Mr. Rogers neighborhood. It's really bothering me. This is a new huge Mandela effect that I've discovered. And if you look closely, all the R's are joined in Mr. Rogers neighborhood. Let me trace this for you guys real quick, okay? Let's see. Mr. Rogers. The M has kind of like this curvy J to it. Kind of looks like the I and the S are merging, but not really. So I can't count that. But I'm telling you, I work with these logos all the time. There is a meaning behind these letters merging. The R, if you think about it, R is the 18th letter of the alphabet. 1 plus 8 is 9. Okay? And if you look at the shape of it, they look like 9s or upside down 6s right here. You guys see that, right? If you look closely, in fact, you can see they're merged. The R's are merged, right? And they form this J. Okay? And well, let me let my dog out. Hold on. Alright. Yeah, you see this, these 6s are formed with these upside down 9s. So you have 6, 6, 6 right here. Okay? Looks like the O and G are sort of merging a little bit right here, but it's hard to tell based on this graphic. Okay? I'm not going to count that really. Same with the R and the S here. They're just slightly joined, so it's, and again, really hard to tell. I have noticed a lot of these R's are gaining hooks at the end, like of them. Like there's like a hook right here, and it just came to my attention. You know, all these broken R's that we're seeing what I see here is an upside down 6. When you have this sort of loopy curviness to it, it turns into a 6. It's pretty obvious. Here's a comma right here, like a apostrophe after the S. Okay, and let's see, trace this. Forgive me, guys. I'm gonna play the theme song for you guys so you can. I just wanted to point this out. This is a major Mandela effect. I don't think anyone's found this one yet. The letters are merged in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. This is unbelievable, folks. We are shifting every day. Whether you believe it or whether you like it or not, we are shifting every day. And the reason I'm tracing this is because it's subject to change again. You know, it's like, really, it's this is no longer a game. I mean, well, it is a game, but you know, it's just, oh, and these O's look like they're merged. Gosh. I don't know what's up with our language, our text. It keeps changing. It's almost like it's changing along with the system, along with the computer. Because, yeah, I do believe there's a master computer. Watch this. This is already a Mandela, too. Where he says it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood is what I remember. And a lot of other people remember.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Yeah, did you see it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, right?
A beautiful day for a neighbor.
Beautiful day for a neighbor.
Would you be mine?
Could you be mine?
It's a neighborly day in this.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Nothing in this world is really real. Okay? You see a place like this, you see a mall, you see people. But it's not really real. And it's not a joke or anything like that. It's just it seems real, but really what I've experienced is that for the most part, anybody that really is I guess what you would call conscious is separated and surrounded by the unconscious, and that might be what you think of yourself, or what you would say is, well, I'm being selfish, and that's not true. It's just, it is what it is for me. When you walk into a mall and you walk into a place, there's no one there, but the moment that you get there, there's people that come out of nowhere and they're around you. And you say, well, you're paranoid, there's billions of people. No, pay close attention and look around. You look around, you'll see nothing. You'll see nobody anywhere. And you approach the scene, and then there's people everywhere, seeming like they just pull up and they're just here, they're ready, they're just going into the place, they're doing what they're going to do, this is normal, everybody's just minding their own business. But if you could somehow pause this and pinpoint everyone and their location, they're only there as part of the scenery. And that whole thing, that whole idea is very old. It's not new. It's not a crazy man talking to his phone, at an airport. This is a very old idea, long before the Matrix and this stuff, all the way back to Plato, and his, the caveman in the allegory of someone being trapped inside of a different dimension, just able to just see one thing and not really know that it's false, but it's his whole world. That's what we live in. It's not, none of it, it's not personal, I don't think, but it's almost like it's almost like a test for us, and we grew up thinking all this is real until we found out about the Mandela Effect, and when we're like, well, no, this isn't real. That guy's real? No, right? He looks real, right? He went inside a store. She came out of a store. There's all these people around here, but if you had listened to my video earlier, you'd see there was nobody here. So it wasn't, it's not really, it's created as it goes along. Sometimes I can't even believe the things I'm saying. I'm a mortgage officer. I've worked my whole life. This type of stuff was movie stuff to me, but now it's real. It's real. You got to come to terms with it, that it's not that, and I guess probably back in high school and stuff, I had those thoughts, but I never spoke about it, because then you'd be called insane. You'd be called insane if you thought these things. But I always thought, that our lives, for people that are Mandela affected, they almost seem like the Truman Show. Where just things are it's just a bunch of actors. And the moment that the script is changed, then everybody changes. And that's what the Mandela Effect is. Essentially, it's a bunch of what you would call actors. Okay? They're fake. Yes, they're real flesh. They're real blood. They can do things to you. But they have a script to follow. You go to a grocery store and it's empty, and in 5 minutes it's filled with people. And it's not even just any type of people. It's people that just seem to gravitate towards you. Whether it be, on a staircase, or the same people that just kind of just hang around you and just kind of seem like, they're just there for you. But that's not how it is. It's not how it is. It's a script, and these are essentially like players in a script. Their goals are there. They have an objective that has to be handled. You are the objective. You are the subject. You're the one they want to irritate. You're the one they want to get near. They want to disrupt your phone call. You're the one that they want to make late to their job. You're the one that they want to test you. You're the one that the homeless person comes up to and asks you for money. They want to see what you're going to do. It's not really about these other people, though you think that they're real. They're not. And again, if you say that I'm crazy, fine. If you say that you're crazy, fine. But ask yourself this, and this is only for people that are affected by the Mandela effect, and see this. Ask yourself, how is it that essentially hundreds of people, millions and billions of people, just cannot see these changes? And not even that they can't see it, because a lot of them see it, accept it, but then once they see that it's changed, the script has changed, then they change. Okay? I know it. So don't even give me that shit about, well, you're just, you're self-centered, you're making this up, that's not what it is, and you're crazy. No, don't even, because I could walk anywhere now, fully confident, and say that the majority of these people are fake. Okay? There's a fake consciousness to these people. And it's always, you guys think that this has happened because of the Mandela effect. And it's always been this way. But just, the Mandela effect has shedded so much light on it, that now it's very blunt. You can look at somebody and say, hey, that guy's not, they seem to be working, they seem to be doing their jobs and stuff, but the question is, if you're not there, do all these people really exist? Maybe they do, but maybe at a limited form of consciousness. In other words, maybe this mall wasn't filled with anybody but one cleaning lady walking back and forth, occupying it, until the space on this hard drive is needed. And then you have another person, and then you have a store open up, and a bunch of people talking and communicating, and it seemed to be doing things, looking at maps and deciding where they're going to travel to. Staircases now moving that were closed, and doors opening up. People that just, like I said, gravitate towards you. That they seem to just kind of hang out around you and be around you. No real reason. They just seem to go, and then they just seem to stop. Go and stop. But they seem to just float around you and just keep coming back towards you. Could be a guy, could be a girl. But then they act like they're just here, just having a drink, walking around, nothing big deal, right? They sit behind you for half an hour or so, scope you out, and then they just keep moving, and then the next person fills their spot. Okay? All of these people, if you think that you're nuts, if you think you're crazy, if you think you've lost it, or if you think you're under some sort of mind control, all of these people you can walk up to and ask them a question about the Mandela effect and the changes that happen, and they will all do the same exact thing. They will all deny it. They'll all make excuses for it. They will all stand up for it and defend it. And it is a lie. Don't ever believe it. It is a lie. It doesn't matter how many people tell you, what you think. It's a lie. Okay? Whole thing is. And if you can understand that, and you can understand that this is all this whole thing is a lie, then you can have closure. Because what I notice about a lot of the people that are Mandela affected is that we get the worst. Okay? We don't have the lives that these people around us have. We seem to get the very worst of the worst. Okay? And that may not be true for some of you, but for the people that I've spoken with, it's family, friends, schools, jobs. Everything seems to just be a failure, an utter failure. Okay? And you don't know why. You think that you're a bad person. You think that, you're not smart enough. You think you don't work hard enough. You think you're not deserving. You're deserving as any of these people are. If not, you're more deserving. Because these people are fake. And you're real. And they don't have to deal with the challenges that you have to deal with. You have to deal with every day being, picked at, or, scuffled, or profiled, pulled over, harassed, beaten up. You're just constantly having to deal with that. And it's, and then it's by, strangers, and then it's also by family. And some of us, it's by our own mothers, and by our, by our family. It's just the extent of it goes on and on and on. But, once you discover that they're not real in that sense, they're not really real, they're not really, conscious people. You're walking around with a bunch of fucking iPhones, okay? Very advanced iPhones with legs and arms. Very advanced. Just, they seem to be just like you. They walk around, but they're just, that's what they are, okay? That's what makes you so significant and a child of God, is that's what sets you aside. So they try to make you look ugly. They try to make you look horrible and stupid. They try to take your jobs away. They try to humiliate you. They try to fail you in absolutely every possible way. And the only way that they give you to be successful is the false satanic way. It's the only way you're going to get that job, the job offer. It's the only way you're going to get the raise. It's the only way you're going to get the better job. It's the only way you're going to get the trophy wife. That's it. There's no other way. If you try to go any other way, you're going to be leveled to the ground. And that is why they do this. See? Because there's nobody that can exist here and be successful if they're not a part of it. If they're not a part of the script and the scripted world, they can't be anything successful. So you're dealing with something else, an entirely different species of a different creation form of God. This is not what you grew up next to. These are not really the people that you think. And, I'm going to understand. I'm going to take some hard hits. I don't care from these other people that are in the Mandela Effect community. I see past the shit. And, I just want to tell you people that you're great. And you're the best. The people that are, Mandela affected can see the changes and stuff. You are the real people. And there's nothing better than you, because you learned and did everything through actual experience. And these people that are fake receive things like updates on an iPhone. That's what I mean by that. That's what I mean by the Mandela effect. That's what I mean by your ribs can change, and suddenly every doctor says that's how it's always been. Your ribs are always like that. Well, okay then, asshole. Where did you get your degree? Where did you go to school to learn this? Well, they didn't. You did. You learned their false doctrines. You learned their education, their world, their life, but it's all a lie, and it can change overnight now. Can't you see that? It can all change and be switched, and so you're screwed. If you invest into this lying system, you're screwed. Those doctors were never real. You're the greatest of all those doctors, even if they have you doing, the paperwork and filling out stuff to make you feel low. You really learned that. Your neurons and your brain and your spirit fired off and learned that consciously. They did not. They are part of the simulation. They uploaded it. They're given that. You understand? They're not real. The moment that simulation changes and says your eyes, they're no longer hollow, there's bone behind them, they update with that. You do not, because you learned, you're conscious, you're real. And see, that's why they hate you. And they can never let you be successful, and they can never like you, and you can never be part of them, no matter what. Even if you give up everything, you'll still be a dog to them. Always. And so now you can forgive yourself. You can let go. You can have closure to yourself for the people out there that have gone through this life, very hellish life, and wondered why it's so horrible and how bad that you are. Because every day, guys, I wake up horrible, okay? Very horrible, that I failed in almost everything in life, okay? And could not see how when I was looking next to my other, my neighbors and other people and friends, people that you thought you would worry about them. You thought, how did the drugs that they did, the things that they did, they never changed. How did they get the perfect wife in the house and the car? And it's not just one person. It's not just the, luck. It's every single person around you, but you. And then you feel bad because you say, well, I worked really hard, I went to school, I went to college, I served the military, I did my best I could, and you know, how did I end up like this? How did I end up homeless or in jail or beaten up on the street or getting stabbed at, shot, all these things? How is it? You know, you did everything and played it all by the book and you came out last. And then I know there's, you know, scoffers out there and people that say, well, oh, it was just you. Don't be a sore loser. No. That's what everyone would like you to believe. But that's not necessarily true now, because they're not even real. So there's no real trials for them. There isn't. And they're so unreal. Some of these videos, you guys, you need to see, you know, where affected, you know, consciousness or whatever the girl's name is. She's got a really good channel. She shows the birds flying out of reality. Okay, they glitch out, they pause, they can't go around certain things. It's fake. It's all fake. Makes a lot of sense now. People, you know, on drones get caught walking out of reality. Just, you know, just there and then walk into light, they're gone. Be they angels or be they just simulations or whatever they are, but they're not conformed to this reality. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. Sorry guys, I had to cut off this speaker. You gotta let it talk. But yeah, I mean, they're not real, and this Mandela effect that's really a lot of what it is. It's very good for a lot of people that have had things hard, and because it really just opens everything up. It makes so much sense, and then when you understand God, you really understand that that yes, you know, this is the way it's supposed to be. You know, you're not supposed to be able to interfere with another person's free will. You know, in other words, you go in and, you know, you bankrupt some guy and take his house and you do all kinds of bad things because your free will decided that's what you wanted to do to that person. And that's another God-created person. And you now have destroyed that creation's life and took away his free will. And you say to yourself, well, God would never do that. He would never give you the ability to take away someone's free will. No, he hasn't. No, that person you're trying to do that to is not the same as you. You think it is. It's not. It's just there to damn you to hell. Because, see, it is a witness to you. It is observing you, and how are you going to react? Whether it's somebody driving recklessly in front of you on the freeway, or a homeless man coming up to you asking you for money, or someone at the hospital being irate, or your children acting up. How will you handle all the situations? How will you deal with these people? They're not real. What you do to them is, and that's what will count, because that's what you'll be judged off of. And when this life ends, the things that you do to these people, or these, whatever they are, it's recorded. Everything is. And it's, you know, it's very damning. You know, don't take any of this lightly. Don't take these people or these things to be your friends. They might be nice, but they're not like you. They have a goal and an agenda for you. And it isn't anything good. From what I've seen, this thing isn't even, these aren't even really individual people, you guys. This is a hive mind that we're dealing with. And it's going to, it all conforms into the system, the world system. It's all worldly. They will all change simultaneously with every single Mandela effect. Do not try to wake these people up. There's nothing to wake them up from. Everyone that woke up on their own and through God. Nobody has ever shaken someone out of a trance and woken someone up that I have ever met. It just doesn't happen. So, don't. Cut that crap out. Stop trying to wake up people if you can't. It should come to them in minutes. The moment something has changed, they should be in shock, and that should be the end of that. Talking to someone for days, fighting with them, arguing with them, they're becoming irate. You're not talking to something like you. You're talking to something like an iPhone, and it's a very irate and very aggressive and demonic possessed entity in that person, and you're trying to pray for it, but see, it's praying for your downfall and your demise. That thing really is your enemy. Be it your friend, your sister, or stranger, your teacher, your co-workers, whoever it is that says the lie is the truth, that is your absolute enemy, and it knows it. And preaching to it is really a bad idea. You want to stay low and you want to be very underground when it comes to this effect, and just be hidden and be prepared and just watch and observe, but stand back, because these things will come at you. They'll come after your job, your life. They'll use every dirty, sick trick. They know everything. They know what you love, what you like to do. They can make your life a living hell. And to even get involved in this, okay, to even get into this type of situation that I've gotten myself into, to speaking out about it and getting onto a YouTube channel, if I would have known the depth of this, I would have probably not done it, but it's too late. I've already put my name out there. I'm already marked, and I'm on YouTube, and so don't stop now. You've already gone it. You got to take it to the house. That's all you got to do. Just take it all the way, because once you get started, and if you start to slow down and back off to this thing, you're in for some serious shit. If this thing thinks that you're gonna bow down to it, and you're even the slightest bit weak, oh, you're not gonna. Don't think you're gonna walk off. You won't. Okay. You're gonna have every type of attack you could possibly imagine from every person you would never expect it from. It's happened to me, but I don't stop.